What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you some insane infield footage of me approaching a girl, physically escalating really quickly and getting a makeout in 4 minutes. It's with a hot Latina, so let's get right into the footage. So I'm on a boot camp with my student Kevin. He approaches a 2-set, but I see that there's, one of the friends is talking to him and the other is just there talking to nobody. So I approach and I'm about 2 to 3 feet away, and I will say, on this video, there was no audio because I wasn't mic'd up. So what I'm really gonna break down is how I escalated things, how I picked up on social cues, how I calibrated to the situation, and how I got a makeout within 4 minutes. And this is gonna be super valuable for you guys that wanna learn how to establish physicality in your interactions. You wanna make them more man to woman. If you're having trouble with this area, this is gonna be super valuable for you. So as I said, I start off about 2 to 3 feet away from her. And then I go for an Instagram, and this allows me to get closer to her because I'm looking at her phone and I'm telling her like what to type in and stuff. So now I'm like literally less than a foot away from her. And the fact that she's okay with me standing right next to her is an IOI, is an indicator of interest. It is a green light for me to lead things forward. That thing in itself, even though we haven't even established any physical contact, simply due to the fact that she's okay with me standing that close to her, is a good sign. So now you're gonna see that I established physicality with one of the slightest things that you probably wouldn't even pick up on. I didn't even notice that I did it, and she probably didn't even notice that I did it. That's how smooth and effortless it was. Right there, I do this on her arm. I just lean in and say something while I literally lightly just touch her arm. That's the first physicality. Now, as you can see, she reciprocates by touching my shoulder. Now that I know that she's reciprocating that energy, I ask her if she dances. I put out my hand and I spin her around, and then you're gonna see that I try to put my hand around her waist, but she doesn't really give that much compliance, so I just end up letting go. That right there is super key, guys. If you ever go for an escalation and the girl tenses up or she doesn't smoothly go with what you want, don't keep pushing for it. It's not gonna go the way you want to. So just give her the space that she needs. There's not really any rush. Guys who are confident, that don't need the girl, don't need to get the girl in the first couple of seconds. He can wait. He doesn't need her. So I back off, and then now we're back to like 2 feet away from each other. No physical contact. And by the way, my students are standing like a couple feet away from me on the boot camp. So I'm doing this to demonstrate to them physicality and how to lead things forward. Because one of my students is having trouble with leading things forward and establishing physicality. So you're gonna see we're talking for a little bit, just establishing more rapport, building more comfort, because that's what she really needs. She really needs comfort. She doesn't really need more attraction. So now you can see that my student Kevin and his girl part ways. Now it's just me and my girl talking to each other. We're about a foot away from each other. And then I bring up the topic about her weight. I was like, how much do you weigh? She says a number. I'm not sure what she says. But I was like, cool, I want to pick you up. And I don't remember her giving me like a yes or no answer. I just remember her talking, and what you're gonna see is that I go to pick her up, but I do it in a very socially intelligent way. I don't just reach down and pick her up super quick. I actually first put my hands around her waist, then I slide my hands down to her ass, and then down to her legs. And the reason why I'm doing this is because as I'm sliding my hands down, I'm seeing if she tenses up or if she backs up at all. So if she were to tense up or back up at all, I would not have picked her up. But I noticed that she was super comfortable with me doing this, so this is why I picked her up. Right there, pick her up, walk a couple feet, then turn around and put her back down. Just a good way to spike emotions really quick. Then she was like, oh, I thought you were gonna like pick me up and run with me. So I was like, okay, I could do that. So I pick her up over my shoulder and I run with her for like 20 feet, 20, 25 feet. and then I turn around and put her back down. Now that's super key right there, to not keep just running with a girl on your shoulder, because as I said, she wants to know that you're socially intelligent and you're not going to do things that scare her or are too much for her, right? So that's why at some point I just turned around and put her back down. Now there's no physicality anymore because I put her down. And she was like, okay, I feel like I could pick you up. I was like, okay, try. So now she tries to do that. She fails the first time. So this is her buying into my frame of picking each other up. A lot of you guys think like, oh, if I do this, is it weird? Like, what do you mean you picked up a girl when you're talking to her within the first minute of talking to her? Isn't that like weird? It's weird if you think it's weird. If what you think you're doing is normal and it's okay, guess how the girl's gonna feel? She's gonna feel like it's normal and okay. So that's why she's bought into my frame and she's now trying to pick me up. She surprisingly gets it on the second try. She picks me up for like 3 seconds. You can see I'm laughing, she's laughing. She puts her hand on my shoulder. Now, what you're gonna see me do right now is the same move that I did earlier in the video, where I put my hand out, I spun her around, and then I went to put my hand behind her waist to pull her in. But you're gonna see that now that I go for this move, now that I've spiked her emotions, now that she's more comfortable with me, she actually goes with my movement and she comes in. So watch, spin her around, put my hand around her waist, boom. Now she's in, and now I was gonna go for the makeout right there, but I noticed that her head was a bit tilted back and she was looking over to the side. So that social cue right there let me know that she wasn't 100% ready for me to make out with her. She still needed some more time to process what was going on, or some more comfort to be built. So instead of me just looking like I was trying to make out with her, I just whispered something in her ear and then I went back out. And then she puts her hands down. So that lets me know that she needs more time for me to build comfort with her. So I push her away just a little bit. Now, what's going on right here, the reason why she's like this, whenever someone puts their hand on their face like this, is because they're experiencing a certain emotion that may be a bit uncomfortable for them. So what's going on in her head is she wants to make out with me. She's feeling really turned on and attracted, but at the same time, she doesn't want to look like a slut in front of like her friend or whoever else is watching, because you know she's on a public street, 6th Street, about to make out with this guy that she just met. So that's why she's kind of like conflicted at the moment. But her emotions take over her logic and she ends up making out with me right here. Then I go to escalate, grab her ass, but that was too much for her. So I put my hand back on her waist and she walks away. So why did she walk away? A lot of guys don't understand why a girl would just run away from you after you just made out with her. It doesn't really make sense, right? Well, the reason why girls do this is because whenever a girl does something that she perceives as slutty, her logical brain is gonna catch up to the moment, because her emotions were really high. She was making out with me, everything was good, but now that she finished making out with me, her logical brain can now kick in, and all these thoughts about being a slut and like, oh, you just met this guy, what are you doing? All these thoughts are starting to come back into her head, and that's why she ran away. Now this is kind of a common response from girls. Depends on the girl. Some girls do run away and some girls don't run away. It really depends on the girl. But if a girl runs away after you make out with her, just know that's a kind of a common response, especially if she's pretty insecure about being seen as a slut. So this is why it's really good to obviously build comfort with the girl and make a really good connection with her. See, like me personally, in this video, I was demonstrating to my students how to physically escalate pretty quickly. So that's why I did it that quickly. But like if I was talking to a girl and I was, you know, not mic'd up, there was no camera on me, I didn't have my students there, then personally I wouldn't make out with the girl that quick. if I really want to like build a solid connection with her, because I know there's a possibility of this happening where she just runs away after I make out with her. So I did get this girl's Instagram, as I said in the beginning of the video. So we've been texting back and forth, and we're planning on meeting up sometime soon whenever I go back to Austin. So that was the breakdown of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a lot more video footage that I got from this weekend on the boot camp, and I'm looking forward to putting that out very soon for you guys on this channel. I'm going to be more consistent, uploading at least one time every single week, so be expecting these videos coming very soon. And if you guys are interested at all in my personal training, whether it's in-person boot camps or over Zoom, be sure to just hop on a call with me. It's only a 20-minute chat, and it's completely free, where I just get a better understanding of you and your situation to see if we'd be a good fit and how we can move forward. All right, guys, and if you have any questions, just feel free to DM me on Instagram. That'll also be linked in the description down below, and I will see y'all in the next video.